What is up? My name's Toby and I'm founder here at TPF, where we help Warhammer guys get in the best shape of their life and build rock solid confidence. And in this video, I want to go over 6 pillars that we implement here inside TPF that can help you drop 15 to 20 kilos of body fat. And you definitely want to stick around for the 6th one because it is a bit of a game changer. So first one is just to track your calories, and it sounds simple, and I think a lot of the time sometimes get their back up when you talk about tracking calories because they think it's going to be maybe an unhealthy way of doing things, but it's really not, because what we say here inside TPF is data over drama, okay? So if things aren't going your way, look at the data, and this really comes down to your calories too. Again, it's like your finances, right? If you're not tracking your finances, you don't know where the hell you are with your money. Same thing goes with what you're consuming. Data over drama. So track each day, get into your calorie deficit with a nice balanced approach when it comes to your nutrition. Track each meal, make sure you get enough protein, keep a little eye on your macros too, and hopefully each week, if you stay within that magic number, you will be dropping weight. And an analogy I like to use, again, going back to the finances, is, well, you can bank and save your calories like you would with finances, or you can spend them and eat your calories. So one thing we really try and teach is throughout the week, Monday to Friday, yeah, you're working your ass off, you're getting after it, right? And you're in your calorie deficit. But on the weekend, that's where you can spend a portion of those calories. You jump on the scales on Monday, you take your progress photo next week, and again, you can see the difference, you can see the change. Now, that is something that is going to keep you really consistent with your weight loss goals. And that is the number one thing, consistency and adherence as well. A lot of people think it's an unhealthy habit because you have to do it forever. You do not have to track your calories forever, because when you track your calories, this also gives you more knowledge around what you're consuming because you can actually see it rather than following a food plan blindly. Yes, it will get you the results, but you don't really know what you're consuming. And that isn't adding to your education on how to lose weight and keep the weight off too. So what we try and do here is really educate our clients and the guys around what they're consuming. So when you track it, look at it. So then going forward, you can make the best options, the best choices, and you almost become your own calorie calculator. Number 2, and again, it sounds simple, but all these things are simple. It's normally the unsexy stuff that is going to get you where you want to be. So number 2 is just to track your steps, lead a bit more of an active lifestyle. And I think people can feel a bit daunted when we talk about steps or 10,000 steps. There's nothing magic about 10,000 steps, but lead a more active lifestyle. And what I mean by that is just be conscious of it. So when you put the kettle on, instead of maybe sitting down and doing a bit of doom scrolling, just pace around a bit, walk up and down your kitchen or your office. If you're hobbying for hours on end, just get up from time to time. Maybe you're putting on a law podcast or you're trying to find a better technique to dry brush. Well, why don't you do that whilst taking a break and having a 10-minute walk around the block, okay? Use the stairs. Normally take the lift or use the stairs. Park a little bit further away, okay? Get off the bus a little bit further away. See all these things as opportunities, not problems. And one thing we implement here, obviously we train loads of professionals too, who travel the world with work. Well, when they're at the airport, instead of sitting down or having a cheeky beer at the Wetherspoons, walk around, okay? Walk around the airport. Use it as an opportunity. Don't see it as a problem. Trust me, get more steps and it'll be a game changer. 1, for your fitness, but 2, for your fat loss as well. Number 3, and something that is a big draw here and something that we're massively proud of, is community, all right? So again, Weight Watchers, for instance, I don't agree with how they talk about food, demonize food and the way they do it. Of course not, but it works, right? Why do you think that is? It's community. It's the community and the accountability with that. And sharing a journey with like-minded people is so important. And that's what we do here. We've got nearly 100 clients now inside TPF, split between a couple in Canada and about 50-50 from the USA and the UK. And one thing that's a massive draw here is, 1, it's the love of Warhammer, and normally that comes first and it's fitness second, we like to joke. And secondly, it's guys trying to get in the best shape of their lives and really opening up in the community and being vulnerable. Yes, we want to share our wins. Yes, we share our hobby projects and what we're doing with that. But we also share our struggles. We're vulnerable. We can let our guard down, because once you do that, 1, it will help you and it will help others in the community, because you might have had it you might have been struggling with something and you think you're the only person struggling with it. And then you're brave enough, you pluck up the courage and you share your struggle, you share your pain, and you realize 5, 10, 15 other people have been struggling with exactly the same thing. And that's what makes that bond as well in a community. So the community is massive. So whatever community you can get behind, even if it's gathering a group of friends and start going to the gym, or set up a little step challenge on a WhatsApp group, trust me, a community is so strong in this process. The next one is balance, okay, and not being too restrictive with things. We speak to tons of guys before they come into the program who have tried everything. They've tried all the diets, they've tried all the training programs, blah, 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 because they're doing too much. Everything they've tried is very restrictive, one, and you can get immediate results, but we're not talking long-term results. If you want to lose 20 kilos of fat, that has to be a long-term process. And being too restrictive in that is going to get you absolutely nowhere. You're going to hit a brick wall because you can't do that over time. Consistency and adherence are absolutely key. So that's what we preach here, okay? Like I said about the calories, Monday to Friday, you're getting after it. You're working hard. You're tracking things. But on the weekend, you are giving yourself that balance, okay? Because if we talk about health as well and recovery and mental health, well, that isn't being shut up inside your house weeks on end just because you're trying to lose weight. That's going out with your partner. That's going out with your friends for a couple of beers on the weekend, seeing your family, going to the football and having a few beers or a cheeky pie like one of my clients loves to do. And by the way, he's lost about 15 kilos and getting shredded for a photo shoot. So you can have a few pies and beers with your mates. This is the thing that's going to allow you to progress long term and not hate your life, okay? We do not want that. That's the last thing we want. And something we always say is, yeah, look, you want to look great, but you also want to feel great. What's the point of getting in the best shape of life if you've had to restrict everything? You've burnt bridges, you've cut ties, you've been saying no to your friends, no to your partner going out having food. That's not something we want. That causes friction, and that causes you to stop and think, I cannot do this, sod this, I'm not going to lose any more weight because it's too difficult. This is the fun part, training, all right? And this should be the fun part for you as well. Again, you see a lot of people, they try and lose weight and they're just thinking about diet, calorie restriction, cardio. Again, that's only going to get you so far because it gets pretty boring. Focus on the performance. If you're constantly focusing on scale weight, how you look in the mirror, it will get to you. It will, okay? But if we can focus on performance, if we can focus about getting stronger in the gym, okay, upping your health as well, because that's so important and weight training does that. Enjoying it, learning new techniques, geeking out on this stuff too. Because when we talk about confidence, it's not only how you hold yourself and how you feel about yourself, but it's also confidence in the gym, confidence with your performance, and confidence to know exactly how and why you're doing something. Again, it's like starting a new Warhammer army, yeah? You start reading up on the lore, you get a black library book, you start looking at different paint schemes, how to play with them, building your lists. All of this stuff adds to your journey and adds to the enjoyment. And the same thing goes with your training. Track your lifts, log your lifts, make sure your form is on point, reviewing your form too. These are all the things that is in turn going to help you with your weight loss as well, because all of this is you leading a more active and healthier lifestyle and getting into training and becoming a bit of a gym bro, hopefully. It's not just dieting, because that gets boring. So do not miss out on training. That's the fun part. Get on it. And the last one, which I think is the most important thing in the whole of this, and this is what we talk about inside this process in TPF, we go into a lot deeper kind of things than most people would and most coaches would really, is your why, okay? Why in big capital letters. What is your why? And it's got to be specific to you as well, okay? Why do you want to get in shape? Why do you want to lose that weight? Why do you want to feel more confident? Why do you want to get healthier? And this is very unique to each person, which is an amazing thing. And that's what we talk about here inside TPF. And this is what you should be talking to yourself about as well, because you're going to have bad days. You're going to have days where you can't be bothered to go to the gym, where motivation is low. But if you can really think about your why, and a why that's specific to you, that should get you fired up, all right? That's what should sometimes get you motivated, but more importantly, create the discipline around your training. Create the discipline around your journey that you want to go on. So is it to look better with your clothes off because you want to feel more confident in the bedroom with your partner? Is it because you want to feel better wearing that suit at work? You've just got a promotion, but again, you're it's not matching how you feel in yourself. So you want to walk into that office and command a room because you feel better about yourself, okay? Is it because your family has had loads of health problems going back in time, heart attacks, obesity, all of these things, and you want to be the last person to suffer from health problems in your family, and you want to become an inspiration to them too and educate them. These are all massive things that I'm sure you would agree, if you get specific with it, is going to get you super fired up in this process and keep you more consistent as well. So write down, what is your why, and really think about it. Take some time and think about it and get deep with it as well. Sometimes it's good to get a little bit deep, get a bit emotional. So I hope these pillars that we implement here at TPF has helped you and given you some food for thought and something to, food for, it's hard to say, food for thought, and something that you can go away with and implement into your own coaching too. So if you want to get in the best shape of your life, you want to drop 10 to 20 kilos in an amazing community that's like-minded for you, and you want to hear a little bit more about what we do, well then head over to my Instagram, drop me the words level up, and we can see if you're a good fit. So I hope that has helped. And as always, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Peace.